Hello everyone, my name is Theodore Sima. I'm a master's student in computer science at Maharashi University of Management. Today I'm going to present one of my projects which is pet clinic engineering application. The reason why I said engineering application is that any kind of pet clinic they can use this engineering application by adding their own business logic so that they will be able to use this engineering application. So for this particular project, I'm using the Spring MVC and Hibernate framework. The main concern of Spring MVC is separation of concern. As we can see here, I have using like 7 packages or layers for my project. The first one is AOP, which is aspect oriented programming, and also I have auto handler, controller, domain, repository, service, and service implementation. By collaborating those packages, you guys will be able to develop any kind of application. Let me walk you around through the code so that I can show you my application or my demo. Actually, I'm not gonna through each and every code because we don't have time. But if you guys are interested on this project, you can ask me any kind of project so that I can respond to you. All right, let me start from the first package, which is the AOP, Aspect Oriented Programming. On this package, I have a class called Trace Advising, and the main purpose of this class is to notify email notification for the user as well as for the doctor. For example, one of the user, if you are going to register in my system, it will notify him after he registered. It will notify him the email, or if he pay, or if he make an appointment, he will be able to receive an email from the system. So the main purpose of this package is that to notify or to update the user or the doctor to send an email. And also we have another package called the controller. On the controller package, we have different kinds of controller. As you can see on the screen, we have appointment controller, doctor controller, owner controller, and rest controller. Actually, this rest controller is for the web service. I'm using RESTful web service for my application. If I have time, I will try to explain about this RESTful web service as it is very helpful for developing any kind of application. But let me show you one of the controller class, which is the owner controller class. On the owner controller class, as we know, Spring uses annotation driven. So we need to make sure that to write annotation in each classes, in each controller class, or in each domain or repository or service class, because Spring is annotation driven. And I have another annotation as you see here at AutoWire, at request mapping. And I want to say something about AutoWired, how it works. They call it dependency injection. By injecting this owner service from another class, you can use this object anywhere in this class. During the previous Java developments, we need to make sure that every time when you want to use such kind of classes, we need to make an object so that we can able to use that object. But this framework will help you a lot by just injecting one time so that you can use it everywhere in the entire class. So when the request mapping, when you come to this point, at request map, it maps and it will return the owner registration, one of the page or owner registration to the dispatcher servlet. The dispatcher servlet, what it does is it will accept this owner registration, and by using suffix and prefix, it will convert this this owner registration to .jsp page so that we will be able to see in our browser. So when we come to the domain class is it's for our persistence to persist to the database or to make a table into a table on the database. This by help of ORM, the ORM will be taking care of those stuff to persist into the database to make a table to the database. So I have different kinds of domain classes, as we can see here. I have admin, appointment, doctor, and let's see the payments .java. This payments class, it implements serial level, and we need to annotate at entity. When you annotate at entities, that means the ORM is going to create payment table on the database. So to make sure that we need to generated value by annotated at generated value, this ID will be the primary key for that particular table. And also we need to provide the amounts, the payment date, the credit card, the payment mode. We need to provide those stuff on the table. And if you want to join some column, for example, the payment has been made by the owner, so we need to join column with the owner ID. So the relationship can be many to one because many payments can be made by one owner. So when you go to the repository class, in the repository class, I have doctor repository class. This class will extend JPA repository. JPA repository is very helpful for our development because it provides us CRUD operation. CRUD operation means create, read, update, and delete. So we don't need to implement any kind of methods. By just calling those methods, we will be able to persist our data to the database, and we can retrieve from the database at any time by using those JPA repository, which is CRUD operation. So that's a sort of the code, and I'm going to show you my application, how it works. Here we go. This is the application. Welcome to pet cleaning system. So this application can be used by different countries or can be used by different language. So I have used 4 different language, one for the English, one for Ethiopian, Nepali, and Dutch. So if you click on the Ethiopian, the application will be converted to Ethiopian language. So as you can see here, እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ ወደ pet cleaning ስርዓት. I'm from Ethiopia, so I can read such kind of things. And also we can use for the Nepali as well as for the Dutch. So on the left hand side, as you see, I have different links, one for the login, doctor registration, owner registration, provide feedback, and list all feedbacks. So let's register just like as an owner. So this is please complete all the fields owner information. So we need to provide all the details. So the first name could be Yarit. By the way, Yarid is my brother name. His last name is Sima. Email address, let me use one of my Yahoo email. And the phone number can be this one, the city. Okay, let's make it Addis Ababa. Addis Ababa is the capital city of Ethiopia, by the way. And the home number can be this one, the state, Maryland. It doesn't make sense, the city is Addis Ababa. But for this demo purpose, it's okay. The street number can be this one. The zip code will be this. And you guys need to make sure that the username and the password need to be remembered. For example, for the user 444 and for the password as well 444. So otherwise we can't log into the system. So pet type dog, male, age is 3. The pet name could be Bucci. And when you register, the page renders to the login page. This is the login page. So the username is 444 and the password also 444. When you log into the system will show you the name is Yared, Sima, and every details what I have entered. So if you want to make appointment, there is a button called make an appointment. You can make an appointment. So by clicking on the appointment dates, you will see some calendar. You can select one day, and the timing can be on 2:30. And the reason why to check up my dog. And when you submit, it will redirect to the payment. The payment can be Visa, and this one is the owner ID, and this one is we can make it 100, and the date will be 17th. And when you submit, the page renders to the home page. Thank you so much. That's all about my project.